Hi guys, so we are going to do Prince Margaret as I promised. This has actually been really funny. Um, some of the information flowed really well, and for some other of the questions I got, she wasn't keen on them. So it was literally one word answers, which actually made me laugh even more. And some of the wording, sorry, you're going to see what I mean. It made me laugh a lot when you see it. Some of these answers is just like, oh my God. Um, yeah, I'd say she's a diva, put it that way. But let's just pick a card for her from the tarot. Okay, let's just see. Is there a card from the tarot we can just hold up for this reading? Oh, she picked a good one. Knight of Wands is pretty much almost like the playboy character when it comes to a young guy, a knight, creative, charming, fun, life of the party. But this is representing her, which is really funny. So let's have a look. First question was, what makes her happiest when she looks back on her life? Now, instantly, I got the islands. Now, the islands. So I know she had a home on Mystique. I mean, I think nearly everybody knows that, but it was really about the islands. So I think there was another location she used to spend there as well. It wasn't just Mystique. Now, I don't know if Mystique is made up of multiple islands or just one main one. I thought it was just one main island, but the islands. So I do feel she was actually hopping to other islands as well. It wasn't just Mystique. The scent of frangipanis, guys, I've never been able to say that word. That came up instantly, and it was such a weird word because it's not one I'm used to saying. It's not like I have them in my garden. I live in London. The weather's terrible. But the scent of frangipanis, and she also said she got much needed peace here, even though everyone said there were so many parties, and yes, they were frequent. The soft, warm sand and the smell of frangipanis is what really made it for her. And then she said, the simple life. How ironic coming from a not simple person, which is actually, yeah, that was quite deep, actually. I didn't expect that. The simple life coming from not a simple person. So that's when she truly felt at peace. To be herself, I just heard. To be herself. Okay. Did she harbour ill will towards her sister for not being able to marry Townsend? Now, this is actually really sweet. And it's not like what it was shown in, I think it was the TV series The Crown. It was deeper than that, more on a sisterly bonding level. So, let's see. I heard also, did she ever think of leaving the royal family to marry him? And I heard here, out of the question, too heavily tied to her family. And also, funnily enough, I feel even though his sister said she couldn't marry him, she was actually more softer in the conversation. And it went more along the lines of Elizabeth needing her sister and her support at that time. And how would she cope without her twin? Without her twin are the words I got. Also, I feel Elizabeth was worried as even though Margaret was a diva, she was modern and understood the world even better than maybe she did, thanks to her jet-set lifestyle and risk-taking. So she wanted her as an aide, like the word like a royal aide. Not in such a sense like that, guys, which just means as a worker, as in a family member that was an aide, that really knew what was going on in the world and that was more woken up than the rest of the royal family that were just kind of set in their ways back then. And again, I heard she wanted her twin close to her. And Margaret felt she was indebted to help her. So Margaret felt like it was like she couldn't really leave her sister. It was more like that. I mean, she knew she could go off with Townsend, but I feel that she did think more deeply about what would their life be, and also a sense of boredom, if I'm honest, guys. Even though she's madly in love with him, for the real long-term future bit about being married to him for 10, 15, 20 years, having a family, holed up in some mansion somewhere away from the royal family and her mum, who she was very close to, it was just like a no. And I am sensing as well that after she lost her dad, in a weird way, guys, after she lost her dad, Elizabeth was almost like a father figure in a way because she was the authoritarian more than her mother, more like the sensible one in a way, is what I'm getting through now. So she didn't want to leave her sister and her mum. So I feel that's why the main reason was that, not just because, because she had the option, but she didn't want to leave her family, okay? Now, if she ever did anything else, what would it be that she wanted to do in her life? So if she wasn't royalty, what else would she have wanted to have done? So this is so random, but I heard hotel chain here. It's in to manage and own exclusive resorts and hotels that would allow her to jet set, live in luxury, and throw some fun parties around the world. And with this, I got the link to admiration for Aristotle Onassis. And I Googled this because I'm like, about hotels. He didn't own a hotel. But apparently he did own luxury islands where they were completely exclusive, only for the rich and famous. So I think she means along all those lines that she liked the idea of having luxury resorts under her name where she can invite her friends and do that. So it's pretty much like, I hear, Mystique was the closest she was going to get to that idea. So pretty much similar to Mystique, where they built this house and had all the rich and famous people come across. But she really had an idea for, she had an eye for design, I'm hearing, for interior design as well. The royal family was too stifling for her, as in, they weren't allowed to do anything. I'm hearing as well when she was a kid, if she wanted to change wallpaper or anything like that, everything was so old in the house. It's almost like they had to keep it because, well, this is like 17th century, we can't do that, So it's almost like she wanted to go a bit wild and create these luxury hotels, like this resort. I'm hearing resorts. So that was really, really interesting to me. Right. What are the lessons she garnered in that incarnation, and how will that help her next? Okay, so basically, what lessons did she learn as being Princess Margaret? So this is interesting as well. Duty and family are the same thing, okay? So she said she was dutiful to the Queen, not the Crown. As in, she didn't much care about what the public thought of her, because she was damned if she did and damned if she didn't. But her duty was always to her family and her sister. She saw the crown as a ball and chain were the words, around her sister's neck, and actually did not envy her for it. Margaret wanted more to skip in and out as she pleased than take that tedious role, were the words again, for herself. So she thought it was a tedious role, and even though she did like to, she did actually travel by herself and actually work for the royal family as well and do openings of places and things like that. She really enjoyed it and she loved it. But I keep hearing skip in and out, okay? Because it was tedious. It was tedious. So she says she doesn't envy her sister having to take that role. Now, this is where it got a little bit off, guys. And it might be because of the questions. So I got a list of questions from everybody. I think these questions that we're going to do now are really, really good questions, but it got her back up a bit, I'm sensing, because all of a sudden we go from quite a long vocabulary, deep sentences and things like that, to like one-liners, and this is what made me laugh the most, okay? So here's a question from somebody, okay? Sorry, I'm laughing already. Now you're in spirit, Princess Margaret, and you've undergone your life review. Sorry, guys. Do you regret the way you treated people in such a pompous, selfish, self-absorbed and rude manner? And she said, it got a few laughs, full stop. That's it. No more on that one. I burst out laughing when I heard that. Don't think she means it quite to heart, okay? I don't think she liked the question, okay? Next question. Do you now realise that not many people particularly cared for you or liked you due to your pretentious manner and how you spoke to people? Her response was, you can't entirely blame a girl for her upbringing. Full stop. Done. That's all we got on that one. And it just kind of got worse, to be honest. Oh my God, she's a proper diva right here. Are you ready? Were you envious of the kind of marriage and love your sister had with her husband? And she responded, the practical sort. That was it. We'll keep going. Next question. Do you harbour any resentment that your mother and father did not allow you to continue your education, or did not allow you to have some kind of education like your sister did because you were reported to be quite intelligent? And she responded to that very simply, there was no place in which to use it. That was it. I hear there she was meant to be the face of the family, not the brain. Ooh, okay. Right. Another question. Were you ever in love with your husband, or did you just marry him because he was the next best thing after Peter Townsend, as you didn't want to be alone and wanted a family like your sister? And she said, He was not the next best thing. There were other suitors. If anything, I picked him because he was the wrong thing. Which for me sounds completely like something she would say. That's just so funny. Because he was the wrong thing. That's why she picked him. Ruffle a few feathers, I just heard. To ruffle a few feathers. Okay, another question I've got. Were you truly in love with Roddy McDowell, or was it just lust? And she responded very simply, both. Right. And here's the other questions. Why did you dislike Princess Diana? Was it out of jealousy because she was living the kind of life that you wanted to? Or was it because she was disrespecting the royal family and institution? So Princess Margaret said, being bulimic was not something she would want. It ravished the poor girl, were the words. And Margaret liked her fine dining. She said it was one of the few joys in life when you have to relinquish everything else. So it's almost like for duty and how you need to be and how you have to be seen. It was the one few joys she had was her fine dining and these epic dinner parties. That was the one thing she truly enjoyed. I know she put on weight in later life and she got a lot of hassle for putting on weight, but she didn't envy that lifestyle that Diana had. I just heard the girl was haunted. That's what she said. Now, Margaret does have a soft spot. Okay, I know she's coming up with these witty comebacks and things like that, okay? But she does, because she did say she did have a soft spot for Diana and felt she needed to be protected somewhat. The moment she started to become difficult was the word, and work against her family rather than towards them, it brought about too much contention to be ignored. So it's almost like she wanted to support her, but the moment she started going against her sister and her mother and her family, there's no way she was going to pick Diana over her family. You know, I just heard duty comes first. She knew what she was marrying into. That was the words there. She knew what she was getting herself into. Now, in terms of duty, yes, but probably not into terms of affairs, obviously. But, you know, Margaret's kind of trying to say that, you know, like Diana playing the poor me at times, when really she knew the kind of duty and the royal family and what she was marrying into, because she grew up in a kind of similar lifestyle with close royal family ties herself. So yeah, it's a bit iffy, that one, to be honest. Oh, guys, didn't know whether to say this or not. This is the next question. What did you truly think of Fergie? As your, you know, Fergie and Diana as wives to your nephews, Charles and Andrew, did you approve? So what did you think of Fergie? And I had one word, and it was harlot. Now, I was like, what? Harlot? And I was trying to find out if she ever called her a harlot, if it was in the papers. And all I could find out was Sarah Fergie did something playing a harlot or something. I don't know if it's a role or comedy or something, okay? I think that's maybe what Margaret is getting at, kind of being jokey but means it. But overall, it's just a massive no when it comes to Fergie. And we've already covered Diana, what she thought there. Okay. Did you and Prince Philip get along? Did you ever have a secret crush on him, as he was very good looking and charming back in the day? Now, this is interesting because she says he was witty and understood how things really worked and appreciated the irony of the royal family. But it was more like a sibling connection than anything else. The big brother she never had, which is really sweet. Last question we've got here, guys. Do you approve of Meghan... Sorry, wrong time to laugh. Do you approve of Meghan Markle as a wife for your great-nephew, Harry? What do you think about Harry and Meghan's behaviour and how they treated your sister, the Queen, and the royal institution as a whole? And she simply responded, a failure. The less said on that mess, the better. And that is the full reading, guys. Thank you for all your questions. Honestly, some of your questions are amazing, guys. I mean, I love getting some of these questions. I can't wait to tune in and see what they're going to be. Sorry about some of the one responses. And can I just say that she's not? Straight away I heard, you know, don't apologize to me. That's what I'm hearing. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. This was a fun reading. I like Margaret. She is I'm hearing spicy. Right, let's leave it there. I will upload this now. Also, I'm sorry, it's been delayed because I haven't been able to type. When I do automated, it's called automated writing, so I get the information down, I have to type it as quick as I can. I told you last week I pulled my neck. It's so bad I can't type at all at the moment. So when I'm doing readings, I'm speaking into a voice thing to write everything down for me. So anyway, just complicated. I had to delay because it's been quite painful. And actually, I've already got a list, guys, of everybody you want me to do next. So always check notifications for the community posts, and then just, I'll say I'm going to do this person, that person, give me your questions, and then as usual, I will make a video for you. Love you all, guys. Bye.